Hello everyone, my name is Spooks and today we'll take a look at 11 scary videos. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more scary content. Alright, with that said, let's begin. For the first video on today's list, we're going to take a look at an eerie video that was posted to YouTube all the way back in October of 2010 by a user known as Jesse Chico. The homemade video starts off with someone wandering around their house in the middle of the night. We then hear the woman filming calling out to Jessie, telling her that she left the fridge open. It's right then and there, however, in which this seemingly mundane video takes a legitimately unsettling turn.
Jesse, you left the fridge open. Holy shit. Oh my god.
As soon as the videographer tells Jessie that she left the fridge open, it closes all on its own, much to the videographer's shock. From here, other incredibly strange things begin to happen in the kitchen.
What's going on? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
The kitchen cabinet doors suddenly swing open by themselves, and a few items fall out onto the counter. The video then ends abruptly. Now, skeptics might argue that this could have been staged using strings or magnets, or that the video is simply a hoax. Still, others point out how naturally the doors move and how the events seem to escalate in a way that feels unplanned. There's also the question of why anyone would randomly stage this in the middle of the night, unless there was a genuine belief something strange was going on. Since this clip is nearly 15 years old, it's safe to say there probably won't be any updates. That makes it a little piece of frozen in time paranormal internet history. Whether you think it's genuine activity or a clever trick, either way, it's one of those videos that makes you want to double check your kitchen before going to bed. Over on TikTok, a user by the name of Lala Love For You, Lala, posted a video which sees them laying in bed, simply trying to unwind. Lala says she just moved into a new apartment somewhere in Houston, Texas, and hasn't quite put everything away yet, which is why the place seems a little messy. She also mentions that a few minutes before she started filming, the door directly in front of her allegedly opened all on its own. She decided to start recording just in case it happened again, and sure enough.
There you go, y'all. Looky. I'm in my bed, and there she goes. So I'm going to have to end up putting a towel in it, or she's going to keep opening it up all night. But I'm in my bed, as you can see. It's opened up again by itself.
The door once again swings open by itself. Interestingly, Lala doesn't react with fear, but rather with a kind of irritated disbelief, as if she's already tired of dealing with it. Now, skeptics might suggest possible mundane explanations, such as an airflow issue, loose hinges, or even a draft created by another door or window opening elsewhere in the apartment. Others, however, argue that the timing and the fact she was able to capture it so quickly raises the possibility that something genuinely strange might be at work. The video was posted in June, and there haven't been any updates since, so we're left to wonder whether the phenomenon has continued. For now, it's another clip that sits somewhere between unsettling and unexplained, and one that'll definitely make you think twice about your own closet door at night. On the Paranormal Encounter subreddit, a user uploaded this video which he says was filmed by his roommate about 5 years ago, when they were living in what he describes as a creepy apartment. At the time, there were 5 people living there, and according to him, every single one had experienced something strange during their stay. In the footage, we watch as the roommate wanders around after hearing a loud noise from the bathroom, something that sounded like it had fallen. When he pulls back the shower curtain, sure enough, a bottle of shampoo has toppled over. He casually picks it up, places it back on the shelf, and is about to leave, but then makes the mistake of swearing at whatever may have caused it to fall.
I just heard something loud as in the bathroom. Sounded like something fell. Oh shit. That was up there. Shit. Oh shit!
Within seconds, something else falls from the wall, startling him so much that he bolts from the room in fear. If the video is real, it's a perfect example of why taunting an alleged spirit is never a great idea. Sometimes they seem all too happy to respond. On the other hand, skeptics could point to the possibility of the bottle and wall item being deliberately staged for comedic timing. Still, the chain of events feels so perfectly timed that even if it was set up, you can't deny it makes for an entertaining and slightly unsettling watch. Reddit user Paranormal Polska recently posted a video to the UFO subreddit that has quickly become one of the most liked in the community's history, sitting at over 27,000 upvotes at the time of writing. The clip shows him wandering around the Malvern Hills in Western England with his dog. The man, Andrew Clifton, is seen throwing a frisbee for his pet when something unexpected appears in the background.
Ready. Steady. Ooh.
As the dog runs after the frisbee, a small but extremely fast-moving object darts through the sky overhead. Neither Andrew nor his dog seem to notice, but the object's movement is unusually sharp and rapid. Even in slow motion, it still covers an impressive distance in a split second. Andrew says he only spotted it while editing the footage later to share on Facebook. Thanks to his iPhone slow motion function, we can see the object approaching from a distance, making an odd turn mid-flight, then straightening out before vanishing beyond the frame. The fact that it still looks incredibly fast, despite being slowed down, makes it even more perplexing, and raises questions about just how quickly it must have been moving in real time. Some believe this could be a genuine UFO sighting, while skeptics point to possibilities like a bird, insect, drone, or fleeting camera artifact. With mysterious metallic orbs and aerial anomalies being reported more often in recent years, this footage adds yet another strange case to the growing list. One that's as intriguing as it is fleeting. YouTube user IamErrol100 uploaded a video in January of 2011 that might make you think twice before stepping into a kitchen alone at night. In the description, Errol explains that their kitchen cupboards had begun opening and closing on their own ever since they put their house up for sale. A couple of nights before filming, Errol says they were simply watching TV when they heard a cupboard door click open by itself. This time, they grabbed their phone and started recording. Almost immediately, objects start falling from the countertops, seemingly without cause, culminating in a can of beer toppling to the floor and bursting open just before the recording cuts out. Not long afterward, Errol uploaded a second video showing even more strange incidents. In this follow-up, Errol reiterates that the cupboards are still acting up, and it's happened around a dozen times since the last recording. They just rarely manage to catch it on camera. At about the 1-minute mark, the curtains in the living room sway on their own, despite the windows being closed. Then, both the garland and curtains shift again before a plastic bag on the sofa crumples unnaturally. In the description for this second video, Errol makes it clear that the windows were definitely closed during filming, which rules out wind as the culprit, and even if it had been, that wouldn't explain the plastic bag being pressed down or the cupboard door closing in the first clip. Coming from a science background, Errol admits they're usually skeptical about the paranormal, but can't explain these events. If genuine, the activity is unsettling, especially because it seems tied to the house being up for sale. Could it be a lingering spirit reacting to the prospect of someone new moving in? Or is there a more mundane explanation hiding somewhere just out of frame? Whatever the truth may be, Errol's kitchen is one place you wouldn't want to explore alone after dark. A mysterious UFO video has been circulating online for years, often claimed to be from Uruguay in 1994. But closer inspection reveals the setting doesn't match that location at all. The infrastructure and architecture look more Eastern European or Balkan in style. Over time, the clip has been placed everywhere from Argentina to Russia, Bulgaria, and Azerbaijan. The original title is in Russian, and some of the oldest uploads, dating back to 2011 and 2013, identify the footage as coming from Mingachevir, Azerbaijan. A quick check on Google Maps even shows that the surrounding buildings line up closely with that location, adding credibility to the Azerbaijan origin theory. The footage itself is undeniably chilling, showing what appears to be a massive flying saucer hovering over the city. Lasting around 35 seconds, the clip is mesmerizing from start to finish. The craft appears almost motionless in the sky, dominating the frame and creating an eerie sense of scale. Reactions in the comment section have been mixed. Some viewers are convinced this could be one of the most compelling pieces of UFO evidence ever recorded, especially considering its age and the lack of high-quality CGI tools in the early 90s. Others, however, think it might be a later fabrication, pointing to how clean the saucer's shape looks. Skeptics have also argued that the background could be nothing more than a still image, with the UFO composited on top, a technique that would have been achievable even decades ago. If it's authentic, this could be one of the most striking UFO sightings ever caught on tape, not just because of what's shown, but because of its historical context, predating the smartphone era when such clear recordings were much rarer. But if it's fake, then it's still an impressively crafted hoax that has endured online for more than a decade. On May 26, 2009, a man named Jerry Bruce uploaded a video to his YouTube channel that is sure to make you think twice before going anywhere near your closet again. Jerry says that he and his wife were sleeping peacefully when they were suddenly awoken by the sound of a door closing somewhere in the house. When Jerry got out of bed to investigate, he saw the closet door slam shut entirely on its own. Unfortunately, he didn't catch that moment on camera, but what he did capture is arguably just as unsettling. Every time he closed the closet door afterward, the round doorknob began to twitch and move on its own, almost as if something on the other side was trying to get out.
I don't know if everybody can see this, and I've done it. I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting the hell out of here.
The footage is short but highly unnerving, and there's no clear sign of strings, wires, or someone tampering with it. Jerry says that not long after this, he, his wife, and their baby fled the house for good, never returning. Whether this was genuine paranormal activity or an elaborate hoax is up for debate, but the door's repeated movements certainly make it stand out from typical slam videos. Given that Jerry's last upload was over 4 years ago, it seems safe to assume he and his family are living elsewhere, hopefully without any doorknobs moving on their own. In a pair of unsettling TikTok uploads, a man named Luke managed to turn what should have been a peaceful cat cam clip into pure nightmare fuel. Filmed in the middle of the night, the video shows Luke's cat, Bear, lounging on the bed in a calm, cozy moment, at least until something strange happens. Without warning, the Annabelle doll in the room appears to wave on its own. Moments later, a small teddy bear tumbles from her lap, and to make matters worse, the lamp in the background flickers erratically. If that wasn't disturbing enough, Luke posted a follow-up video not long after. once again Annabelle waves completely on her own. The teddy bear falls just like before, only this time Annabelle herself topples over as well. Bear the cat, naturally curious, heads over to investigate the scene, though thankfully nothing happens to him. Whether it's a spirit manipulating the toys, a bizarre electromagnetic phenomenon, or an elaborate prank, the repetition of the events in both videos is what makes this so unsettling. If this is genuine paranormal activity, Luke might want to keep a close eye on Bear, because whatever's in that room seems to be getting bolder. A couple of years ago, Reddit user International Ad 1266 posted to the Paranormal Encounter subreddit hoping for advice, and maybe even some reassurance. According to the uploader, their young daughter had been seeing spirits, and she kept referring to one in particular as him. The post's author wanted to know if anyone else could see this mysterious figure in the footage, and more importantly, if there was anything they could do to get rid of him. When you pause the video at certain points, you can indeed make out something lurking in the frame. It's not clear whether him is meant to be a human figure, a strange creature, or something else entirely, but whatever it is, it's unsettling. Some commenters even claim to spot distinct facial features, adding to the creep factor. A few responses offered practical advice, with some suggesting that decluttering the room might help. According to certain paranormal beliefs, spirits are drawn to cluttered spaces because they provide plenty of dark corners and places to hide. Since the post is now over 2 years old, an update seems unlikely, but we can only hope that him has long since vanished from the uploader's home. If not, the thought of that face still being there, just out of sight, is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. If you saw the recent movie Weapons and thought every moment of it was pure fiction, then you might want to think again after watching this next clip. The following CCTV footage, posted to Facebook in June 2024, was captured in the town of Tolosa, Spain. At first glance, it looks like another uneventful nighttime security video, until something downright unsettling happens.
Itong pag-lighter ko saan eh?
Ikaduha ini.
Asa yung first thing mo?
Ang high school lang.
Atong sa...
Tuman.
Si, pana?
On na ito. 4, 5. Unang masagawas.
Without warning, a faint but clearly visible silhouette of a child can be seen darting across a backyard in the dead of night. Moments later, strange flashing lights appear from a nearby window, their sudden bursts making the whole scene even more surreal. For anyone who's seen Weapons, the resemblance to the film's eerie scenes of children running outdoors after dark is hard to ignore. As for what's really happening here, we're left with only questions. Was this just a prank, a case of mistaken identity, or something genuinely paranormal? Could this video even have been part of the inspiration for Weapons? Since no updates have surfaced, the truth remains a mystery, and the unsettling image of that child in the dark remains stuck in your mind long after the footage ends. A TikTok user known as AES shared a pair of unsettling clips in June 2025 that prove terrifying things can unfold at your home even when you're nowhere near it. The uploader says he was on vacation when the first video was recorded. While away, he got a notification from his doorbell camera app. Curious, he opened it, and immediately saw something he couldn't explain. On the left side of the fence, a bizarre humanoid-shaped shadow moves at an almost unnatural speed. It's over in seconds, but the movement feels far too quick and fluid to be a simple trick of the light. Not long after, AES posted additional footage in which the strange shadow makes another appearance. What's particularly odd is how the raccoons in the shot remain completely unfazed, as if nothing had happened. That raises even more questions. If animals, which are often sensitive to unusual activity, don't react, does that mean it's harmless? Or could it suggest the phenomenon exists outside the range of their perception entirely? Skeptics might suggest it's just a passing shadow, a camera glitch, or even a hoax. Believers, however, might see it as something far stranger, perhaps even otherworldly. Some have speculated it could be a cloaked or partially invisible figure, its true form hidden from the human eye and only partially visible through the camera's lens. Whatever the explanation, the speed, shape, and uncanny presence of this figure make it one of the most unnerving pieces of recent doorbell cam footage. And that was 11 scary videos. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then subscribe for more scary content. My name is Spooks, and I'll see you all in the next video.